As public relations and tech director, what changes would you want to make to school to help the student body?
I'd like to address all the negativity around our school online. We have a bad reputation right now, and I think helping make it better would help our school a lot. Stop spreading hate to other schools and teams and other people in our school, and help spread nice things, positivity.
Okay. Clear and consistent communication is an important part of this role. How could you ensure that all students are aware of the school activities and events happening at CGHS?
We can make an account for student section and stuff, and post what's going on in games and other events like dances, which we already do. But I feel like we started some last year and they lasted a week, had one post and then just died. Yeah. So if we could keep on going the whole year, that would help a lot.
Okay. And what background do you have with digital media, public relations, and overall tech knowledge that would help you in this position?
Photographer for our school, one of the photographers in the yearbook. I did some electronic media, so I know how to use a video camera as well. That's about it.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Crutches aren't awkward. As public relations and tech director, what changes would you want to make the school to help the student body?
I would want to make it so that students are more aware of events that are happening, because I think that can sometimes be a problem. Because a lot of the time some students just don't use social media or don't have Instagram, and then that way they just sometimes don't know if things are happening.
Yeah.
So I'd want to make sure that everybody knows about everything.
Okay. And clear and consistent communication is an important part of this role. How could you ensure that all students are aware of school activities, events that are happening at CGHS?
I would want to make sure that there's more information about it that's not on Instagram or social media, more posters around the school. I want to make sure that we put all the events on the big calendar in the Commons, and make sure that everyone gets reminded to look at the TVs around the school.
Mm-hmm. Now, what background knowledge do you have with digital media, public relations, and overall tech knowledge that could help you in this position?
I have a lot of background in overall tech because I've done computer science for a long time. In digital media, I watch a lot of Instagram Reels, so I think that counts. But I'd like to learn more about that.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you.
As equity officer, what changes would you like to make to the school to help the student body?
Well, something that's really important to me is to continue to, create a welcoming and healthy environment for students to be able to come and talk to the student body or any of the staff about anything that they want to without feeling judgment or they're unsafe, and just to have that outlet of expression for students.
That's a great answer. How would you define equity and what would it look like in our school?
To me, equity isn't where everybody gets the same thing. It's where everybody gets what they need. And so in our school, that would look like, helping the students who need the help. Mm-hmm. And giving our attention to where it's important, because everybody's important, but sometimes certain areas need a little bit more attention, to make sure that everybody is, safe and welcomed.
I agree. In what ways can we get the community involved with building equity at CGHS?
Well, Cottage Grove is really blessed to have a lot of different opinions and beliefs, and I think that's one of the really beautiful things about our community. And so to create a good environment for us all to come together and to allow input from the community and from staff and from students, I think that would be the best way, just to create that ability for all of us to share our opinions in a safe and respectful way.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
How's it going? It's going great. Excited. So as treasurer, what changes do you want to make to the school to help the student body?
Rather than make a big change, I would rather emphasize something that we're already doing, making sure students have access to tools and resources via the clothing closet. We already have pencils and erasers and binders and stuff, but I want to make sure the students have access to that kind of thing when they need it.
Okay. What improvements do you think could be made to the processes the treasurer uses to manage money?
Right now, it's a lot of he said, she said. Someone comes up to me and is like, hey, can you do this for me? Or, hey, can I do this? I want to make it more streamlined, make it so there's records, make it so there's forms that you can see so we can look back and see what happened when.
Okay. Now, what organizational skills do you have that would help you in this position?
I currently have a job at the pool. I count money there all the time. And then I was also in charge of counting money and helping with the Lion Pride pageant. So that was a pretty big thing.
Cool. Well, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so as secretary, what changes would you want to make to the school to help the student body?
If I was voted in, I guess that I would want to make planning processes more efficient. So in terms of having everyone know what's happening, whether it's the other student reps or the student body, so then people can be confident in us as a team.
Yeah, that's a great answer. The secretary role requires you to be organized. What kinds of skills and techniques do you have that would help you with organization in this position?
Well, I've always been like kind of the person that I guess finds joy in organizing. I'm the kind of person that has all my folders in a certain color, and I guess I have nice handwriting, so it sounds lame to some, but when you're running for secretary, it works.
Yeah. What are your strengths when working with students, staff, and the community?
I guess I would consider myself pretty approachable. I'm a pretty easygoing person, so I can talk to you about anything, and I'm pretty reliable when you need help with something, so whenever it comes to getting work done, I try to be as efficient as I can.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
As secretary, what changes would you want to make in the school to help the student body?
As secretary, I would want to change the recognition in the school within the students and staff, because a lot of them do like sports, they're part of clubs, theater, and other extracurriculars, and I feel like everyone knows like what they did and like how they, like what they achieved, but they don't know the steps that they did to achieve that, and I feel like if we get more information on that, then hopefully like we could use that and like use it to our advantage and hopefully like spread more success around the school.
That's a great answer. The secretary role requires you to be organized. What kinds of skills and techniques do you have that would help you with organization in this position?
I have being able to have good handwriting is a good skill to have, and like just eligible handwriting, because a lot of people can't read other people's handwriting, and I feel like every class that I am and I write stuff down, and whether we do group projects, they always ask me to write, so I think having good handwriting is a good skill to have.
What are your strengths when working with students, staff, and the community?
My strengths, I would say, are being kind towards them and also making them feel included, with like being in leadership and knowing events that are coming up, like giving them information on things that are like going to be happening, what's going to be happening around the school or outside of school even, so like they could feel included within the building and the community.
Okay, thank you.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Wow.
Love the weather we have today.
A few questions for you.
Oh gosh.
As vice president, what changes would you want to make to the school to help the student body?
I think that helping a lot of the students in terms of their mental health, because I always see students so sad all the time, and I try to help when I can, but I don't think we have enough resources, because someone like Miss Standifer is kind of by herself trying to help others, and I know maybe you have experience too with mental health at the school, and I don't know if you feel like there's enough resources here, but I think there's definitely a lot more that we could do other than just make a poster and say, be happy.
What do you think the role of an ASB vice president should be?
I think that it should always be to definitely further explain what someone like the president would say. It's to help them too. It's to help fill in for positions where someone major is missing, that you should always be prepared to fill in and always represent what the hierarchy is.
What experiences do you have that prepared you for this opportunity to be vice president?
I had a lot of experiences. My freshman year, I started off as a student rep. Last year, I was also vice president again, and this year I'm running for it again. I've also had a lot of experience with sports teams. I was captain on the soccer team for 2 years now, and I did wrestling too, and I think I was a leader on that. And then track has also helped me learn from other leaders that have been role models for me. And I think a lot of that's also preparing just to be able to follow someone else too. So not just always go out about myself or follow only me and just me.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
As president, what changes would you want to make in the school to help the student body?
Well, I really want to encourage diversity, but also I want to include everyone together more. I just want to create opportunities for people to come together as a school and really celebrate what the school's got going on.
Okay. How would you define yourself as a leader, and what characteristics do you have that support that leadership style?
Well, I'm willing to do what it takes to get the job done, but also be willing to listen to everybody nearby. I'm willing to listen to voices and to listen to opinions. And I've been president for about a year now. I've been on student council for about 4 years, maybe 5. I've been a part of plays, a part of sports teams. I've helped with everything I can here at the school, and I'm just willing to do whatever I can to help whoever I can.
Okay, perfect. And what can you do as the ASB president to help connect the school with the community?
I believe creating more engaging events, possibly like Lion Pride pageant and or homecoming, just those kind of events in which people don't really have to, I guess, spend any money, but can just show up and be a part of something that can bring us all as one, and kind of just making sure that we all know we are all equal and that we can all be here all together.
Okay, thank you.
Totally.